Hello everybody, and welcome back inside the box for another episode of Gunpla Kitbash with me, Kukamatsu. In this episode, we're going to continue trying to figure out those panels on the feet for our MG Strike Rouge, so let's jump right in. Cool, now we're going to cut this piece. Trying to be as close to the middle as I can be. I'm not worried about it too much. Yeah, I think I am going to have to cut that middle part. It's actually easier now that I've cut it in half anyway, so it's good that I waited. Ding! Looks like I might need to clear out some of that area too, just to get that corner. It provides strength to this piece, so I might actually end up cutting the internal bit to solve that problem. Here I have some sticky tack, also known as blue tack. I use this when I'm painting some parts. Just stick the part on, put it on the end of a stick and then stick the part on it to make it easier to paint when my alligator clips can't grab anything on the part. That's why it's kind of gray, because I've been reusing this stuff. But I also use it for temporary assembly of parts, because it's frustrating if pieces just keep falling down like that. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of sticky tack in there, and now it'll stay. Don't need too much. Okay, that's looking cool. Now this piece feels a little wide compared to the back. So let's see, what do we need to cut off? Let's start with cutting this peg off. I don't think we're going to need that anyway. Now I'm inclined to cut off this little piece here, but I can't cut off that. No, I can trim that piece back. I do like that piece because it looks like a little piston. So I don't want to destroy it, but if it's going to be behind there anyway, as long as that part is good, we're okay. Actually, that might not help us. I think I might need to trim this part here a little bit more. So we'll do that. How long do we want the foot to be, do you think? Because I bring it that far forward, it kind of tucks in suddenly. But from here it's too wide, but here, maybe that's perfect, just right there. I can just get... I think I need to just cut this corner off, right there. Hey, that looks pretty good. Do the same on the other side. Forgot to cut the peg off. There we go. Well, that is a huge foot. Is it too big? Do we need to push it back a bit? Might be a little too long. Depends on what we do with the rest of the leg. I love seeing the little mechanical bits in between though. So I'm reluctant to push them together. Let's grab the leg. You know, we're planning on making the leg a little bigger itself and wider. So, you know, it may end up working. It's a big foot. Proportions are nicer when it's longer. Maybe the thing to do is bring them in a little bit at the front, so it's not such a like fat foot, because that happens on this one anyway. It's quite a pointed foot. Maybe that's the answer. Let's bring it in like that. I think that may be a plan. And then we'll figure out somehow to attach the leg on there. We'll put the ankle guard around. I think that might work. One of the things I do try to do before I get too far ahead of myself is to replicate on the second side what I've done on the first side, so I don't forget what I've done there. I've had that situation where I've done the whole leg or something like that, and then I go back to do the other leg and I'm like, what did I do? How did I get there? And all that kind of thing. So my advice to you is to keep up with the other side. Even though it's just repetitive and not as exciting as moving on maybe, it's probably a good idea to try and replicate that sooner rather than later. So I'm going to switch to a time lapse and do that other second side. And there we go, a matching set, ready to move on to the next step. Okay, let's call that the end of episode 2. In the next episode, I think we're going to try and attach those panels with some plow plates, see how we go with that. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you give me a like down below and subscribe if you want to follow along, and we'll see you next time.